We'll start the class. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Punaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. We are doing Tattvabodha text by Shankaracharya, and it's a very preliminary text, technical in nature. It gives the definition of the main terms which are used in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. For example, we say Sthula Sharira, gross body. What do you mean by gross body? We say Karana Sharira. These are all words which are used to understand the spiritual essence, which is called as Chaitanya. So there are several terms which are used in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. Tattvabodha is a text which explains what are these terms which are used in the Upanishads. Suppose you don't do this text and go straight to Bhagavad Gita. There are many people who do not go and who have never studied Tattvabodha. They go directly to Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes they start with from chapter 6 and sometimes chapter 13, sometimes chapter 4, and then they say, I've started my spiritual journey. Now, these people are not guided. The spiritual science is a systematic study. It is not a haphazard study of some scripture and you do it couple of weeks or then again leave and then come back to it after 3 months. No, that type of study a lot of people engage in because they think that the spiritual science is very easy. What Shankaracharya says is a systematic study of the scriptures under the guidance of a guru is the right way of entering the spiritual subject. Systematic study. That is why I have been running these type of classes for the last 10-15 years. And there are people who come who study systematically one text, second text. They have done Bhagavad Gita, they have done Upanishads, they have done Bhashyam, commentary on Shankaracharya's commentary on Upanishads. And then they feel, well, we have understood and we know now what the essence of these texts are. Okay, now we will enter into where we stopped last week. And this topic is a very important topic in the entire spiritual study. Let us see how this verse number 32 goes. And in this topic, the inquiry is on Tat Tvam Asi. You are that consciousness, awareness, which is eternal, which is imperishable. Today, we all think we are the body. The whole world, mankind thinks that they are the body. Rarely you will find one or two persons who have studied the Shastra and they have realized they are not this body, but they are the awareness or consciousness principle which inheres the body, which is always there. This is what is called as spiritual science. This is non-material in nature. It is not the material universe. So far we have studied how the gross body is formed, how the universe is formed, how the mind is formed. All this subject we have studied up to verse number 31. What is the central bottom line of whatever we have studied? The bottom line is, in this universe, there are two things. One is material body-mind complex and the world made up of pancha bhutas, the five elements. This is one side of the story. The second side of the story is there is something called as Atma. Atma means awareness, consciousness, which is not material in nature, it is spiritual in nature. There is no word to describe this Atma. What Shankaracharya says is, it is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means it is always existing. Whether you see the body or don't see the body in the sleep state, Sat is always there. Suppose the body is not there, Sat is always there. Suppose you are in the waking state, Sat is always there. Sat means the spiritual essence, pure existence, pure consciousness, without the body, mind, and the world. If you have understood so much in Tattvabodha, now this Shankaracharya is trying to explain to us, how do I discover this Atma in my own body? That is the subject matter. Let us first listen to the verse number 32 and then we'll see the explanation.
Nanu sahankarasya kinchidnyasya jivasya nirahankarasya sarvagnyasya ishwarasya tatvamasiti mahavakyat katham bedha buddhihi syat ubhayoho viruddha dharmakrantatvat.
So in this verse, the first thing which Shankaracharya says is, there are two entities in the world. One is called as Jiva, which is with this body and mind. And this Jiva has got the ego. Ego means the I sense. I am this body, this Jiva has. This body has got a limited knowledge of The body, it has got the limited knowledge of the world. Isn't it? It's very simple, isn't it? I don't know how my body functions. I know there is a blood, there are enzymes, there is a brain, there is a heart, and there are some cells and tissues and so on in this body. Some bones are there and so on. A doctor will tell you has got more knowledge of the body than you and me. But does he have complete knowledge? How does this body function? What is behind the sense organs? Sense organs are eyes, ears, they listen, eyes are able to see. What is that element which makes the eyes see? What is that element which makes the prana in the body function? We are all breathing. Doctors and scientists have understood the breathing process, but what lies? Why does the breath hold on to this body for 70 years, 100 years? So there are a lot of questions which are unanswered. Even if we take a small flower outside, now this is with reference to body we have seen. Suppose you take a flower, you start analyzing the flower, a red rose or a lily. Forget about the stars, all that. Just a simple flower. How does the flower come from the seed to a plant to a tree? How do the fruits come? Again, very limited knowledge. Then, so this is one side of the story. There is a jiva who has got limited knowledge, who has got his ego, which says, I am this body. The Shastra introduces us a creator of this universe called Ishvara, Paramatma. And then the Shastra says this Ishvara has got no ego, no I sense at all for Ishvara, but Ishvara is omniscient. He is full of knowledge. He knows everything about the universe. I hope you have got the two sides. There are two. There's one jiva in this side, left side. On the right side, there is Ishvara with unlimited knowledge. He knows the entire universe, omniscient and omnipotent. He's got all the powers to project this entire universe. Now Shankaracharya says, Upanishads are telling us that the essence of the jiva is the essence of Ishvara. There is a common subject matter between jiva and Ishvara. And that essence is called as consciousness or existence, which is common to both. Jiva is existing, Ishvara is existing. So what is common? Existence. Awareness. I am aware of my body and my little world. I am aware of my little thoughts. Awareness is there. And it is common to all the jivas. You also have awareness. I also have awareness. Even an ant has an awareness of its body, because of which it knows that it is moving. That awareness, consciousness, it is common for all the jivas, all the devatas, and also it is there in Ishvara. Without awareness, the Ishvara cannot create this world. Without existence, Ishvara has to be existence first. So Upanishads are saying there is something common between Jiva and Ishvara. That common element is what you need to know for moksha, for freedom from samsara. This is the essence of this verse. Now I will go into the slides. See, when we launch a space shuttle, we want to find out why the space shuttle has become a success or become a failure. We need the right knowledge. It is an intellectual problem. So similarly, when you come to the subjective science also, we must find out what is the right knowledge of a jiva and what is the right knowledge of Ishvara. The reflections are different. Like I told you last week, macro reflection of consciousness is this whole universe. Micro reflection is this body. Now we are equating micro and macro. How is it possible? Normally, if you go to school, very simple. We say on the left side of the equation, there is 6 plus 2, which is equal to 8. On the right side, there is 9 minus 1, which is also equal to 8. So the left side of the equation is equal to the right side of the equation. Very simple equation. Everybody will understand. But when you look this at the numbers, 6 to equal to 9 minus 1. All the letters superficially they look different. But essentially they are ultimately telling us the same truth, which is number 8. Similarly, what Shankaracharya says is that superficially we all are different, but essentially we are all one Chaitanyam, one consciousness. Tatu tam asi. Tat means, now this sentence, Tattvamasi, it is a Mahavakyam. Mahavakyam means in all the Upanishads, there will be one sentence in the Upanishad which says that Jiva is equal to Paramatma. In essence, in the whole Upanishads, you will find somewhere you will find this equation. You take Keno Upanishad, you take Bhagavad Gita, you take any scriptural text which talks about revealing the reality. In Samaveda, there are 4 Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. These are the 4 parts of the Veda. Veda Vyasa, he looked at the entire material of the Veda Shastra and he divided this whole Veda into 4 portions. In Samaveda, which is sung, which is a poetic form, there is a Upanishad called as Chandogya Upanishad. And in that Upanishad, there is a sentence, Tat Tvam Asi. That Paramatma, in essence, is there in your body. Only you don't know. You are a jiva, you are identified with your body, which is a misconception. You are not the jiva which is identified with the gross body, but in this body itself there is a eternal principle which is called as Paramatma. or which is called as consciousness. Paramatma means what? Cosmic intelligence, which makes the whole cosmos move. That cosmic intelligence is there in this body also. Like suppose you take sunlight and you put 5 pots of water. In each water pot, you'll find a reflection of the sunlight. Similarly, consciousness is one, but reflections are there in each body. When you look at the body, you will say, I am different. There is Bheda. Bheda means what? Difference. But when you study when your eye is on the awareness principle, consciousness principle, which is eternal, which is changeless, that is the essence of the whole universe itself. So a Mahavakya wants you to drop some features which is visible to you, drop it. Like the body, height, weight, and all, you drop it. Even the mind's, knowledge, limited knowledge, you drop it. What is behind the mind, behind our sense organs, behind the breath? Hold on to that, and that is what all the Upanishads are trying to teach us. Body is full of koshas, defects, but consciousness is sinless. There is no sin, there is no impurity in the Atma. Atma is called as God. That God is a religious term which we use. When you come to Vedanta, the same God is called as Atma. We are trying to discover that Atma in this very body itself. What happens? Suppose you discover this body, this Atma. In your own body, you discover, yes, now I understood Atmabodha, I have understood Tattvabodha. I can now say I am that consciousness. Then what happens to you? You become free from your own identification with the body as you and mind as you. Normally speaking, any student, when he listens to this Tattvamasi, he will say it is not possible. How is it possible that I, the small mind and body, can be equated to Paramatma and all that? How is it possible? The differences are so much. But the Upanishads, when you come to study the Upanishads, Shankaracharya says, I will explain to you Tattvamasi. Next, let's go to verse number 33 and 34.
इति चेन्न स्थूलसूक्ष्मशरीराभिमानी त्वं पदवाच्यार्थः उपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं समाधिदशासम्पन्नं शुद्धं चैतन्यं त्वं पदलक्ष्यार्थः एवं सर्वज्ञत्वादि विशिष्ट ईश्वरः तत्पदवाच्यार्थः तत्पदवाच्यार्थः उपाधिशून्यम् उपाधिशून्यं शुद्धचैतन्यं शुद्धचैतन्यं तत्पदलक्ष्यार्थः तत्पदलक्ष्यार्थः एवं च जीवेश्वरयोः एवं च जीवेश्वरयोः चैतन्यरूपेण चैतन्यरूपेण अभेदे बाधकाभावः अभेदे बाधकाभावः.
So in this verse 33 and 34, Shankaracharya explains what is this Tattvamasi, how you can understand the Mahavakya. When we try to understand the Mahavakyam, there are certain technical terms which we must understand. Terms like upadhi. Each word, tat, tvam, asi, all them are very loaded words. So when we go through this analysis, one thing you should remember throughout this discussion, which we are going to have now, never try to say, or in your own intellect, never try to understand tat and tvam. Tat means Parameshwara, Ishvara. Tvam means I, the Jiva. Never try to listen to this with reference to the body. You have to come outside the body as pure awareness, consciousness, and then listen to this Tattvamasi. Don't try to make this equation with reference to the body or mind. You will always have contradiction with reference to body-mind complex and Ishvara. Tat means Paramatma, Tvam means Jivatma, Asi means equal. So every word, Tat, Tvam, Asi, there is a padartha. Padartha means there is a word meaning, pada arthaha, and there is a lakshya arthaha, indicative meaning. What is the meaning of primary meaning? So let's look at a word, table. Table comes in my mind. It is an object. I hear the sound and I understand the meaning. Suppose you say, bring me the table or bring me the mobile. So when you do this, when you say this, what happens is you will bring the mobile or the table or a chair. This word has a direct meaning of the word. The direct meaning of the word is called as primary meaning, or it is called as vachyartha. Try to understand the two terms. These are all technical terms. One is vachyartha, another is lakshyartha. What is so primary meaning? All of you understand. Lakshyartha means what? It is a secondary meaning. It is a filtered meaning, and it varies according to context. When I use the word I, the vachyartha meaning of the word, this I has got two components. One is the shariram, the body. Another is called as the consciousness. Now both are available to me. I am aware. I am also aware that I am the body. So awareness is there and body is there. I have to segregate the body and consciousness. Suppose you say, I am writing notes of this class. Now, I means what? Writing is done by the hand, which is backed by the mind. We don't say we don't go into specific, the hand is writing and all that. So we understand it is I refers to the jiva, which is the consciousness or the mind behind the hand and the body. Suppose you say, bring a banana. When you say bring a banana, does it include the skin or does it exclude the skin? It always includes the skin. So that is normal meaning. I ate a banana. When you say, did you eat the banana with the skin? No. When you understand the word I ate a banana, it means you have eaten the fruit banana and mentally you have removed the skin portion because you are able to do the filtering. So similarly, Shankaracharya says, whenever you say Jiva Atma and Parama Atma, you take away the differentiating attributes of the body. Your Jiva's body, according to Veda, is this physical Sthula Shariram. What is Ishvara's body? We have seen this before. Ishvara's body is nothing but it is the prapancha. The whole universe is Ishvara's body. So you remove the superficial content, the prapancha and the shariram, and hold on to the content, which is consciousness. So Vachyartha means direct meaning, Lakshyartha means secondary meaning. Suppose you say, I am fat, I am slim. It refers to the body, not to the mind or intellect or consciousness. So I have to learn to use the word correctly and learn to drop the meaning of I correctly. I is a combination of Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and the Karana Shariram, plus consciousness. Awareness is there. So in my mind, I have to drop certain features which is belonging to the body and hold on to the content which is awareness or consciousness. That is the methodology of understanding the Mahavakya. Body is fat, mind has got emotions, intellect may be very knowledgeable, it's got lot of knowledge of the world. But we are not talking of the body, mind, intellect. We are talking of the content which is behind this body, mind, intellect. The content is nothing same like the electricity. Electricity is behind the bulb. Electricity is behind the mobile. It is behind the mic, which is invisible. I can't see that, but I can infer electricity. Similarly, consciousness. I can't see consciousness. But when I'm speaking, you can infer consciousness. The sentiency in the body, the sentiency means seeing, hearing, talking, feeling. These are all sentient body. What about material? For example, a desk or a stone, it is not sentient. So there is a difference between a body which is sentient and inert world. What differentiates a human body full of sentiency, or all living beings which are full of sentiency, and non sentient matter? So the medium is Shariratrayam and Prapanchatrayam. The medium Prapanchatrayam means Sthula Prapancha, Sukshma Prapancha, Karana Prapancha. Inside the Prapancha, inside the universe, there is consciousness, there is existence. In this body mind complex also, there is consciousness. The consciousness aspect, if you take, you can say, I am the same consciousness which is there in the totality. So the direct meaning or the primary meaning you should try to draw. You should take the lakshyartha, which is the consciousness which is driving this body, which makes this body sentient. I'm trying to use the word sentient. Try to understand the difference between sentient and insentient. A wall is insentient, a chair is insentient, a table is insentient. The table cannot think, a chair cannot think, table cannot see, I can see. That seeingness is sentiency. Earlier in the last week, I had given this example of a convex mirror and a concave mirror. The convex mirror and the concave mirror, their reflections are different. But the face behind the convex mirror and concave mirror is one. That is exactly what Shankaracharya wants us to apply when we are understanding Atma as Tattvamasi. Samadhi sha sampannam. By proper discrimination, you arrive at the filtered consciousness, which is called as lakshyartha. We drop the upadhi. Upadhi means what? I'll give you an example. Upadhi is something which distorts the original. Suppose you take a crystal and you bring a red flower near the crystal. Crystal by purely, when you see the crystal by itself, it is plain crystal. There is no color in the crystal. But when you bring a red flower, the red flower is called as upadhi. This red flower does not change the color of the crystal, but it only seemingly appears red. So similarly, body and mind is a upadhi. Who am I? Without the body and mind, I am consciousness. Do I have this experience or not? Yes, in sleep I am without the body and mind, but I am there. So in waking state, when you try to understand who am I in my sleep state, I can easily differentiate. I am the pure consciousness. But what happens in the waking state? In the waking state, this body comes and then it starts functioning and then it has got thoughts. And I, the pure consciousness, I identify with this body and I identify with the mind and I get into confusion. Body and mind is like the red flower. What Shankaracharya says is, drop the upadhi and own up the consciousness which is eternally there. There is no birth for the consciousness. There is no death for consciousness. Suppose after the study of Tattvabodha, you are able to understand this truth about yourself, that I am this pure consciousness. It's very easy to understand because it is my own experience. Nobody has to teach me anything more. A guru only says that you try to discriminate, try to differentiate. He is giving you knowledge from the scripture. And he says, Tattvamasi, you are that consciousness. A student says, okay, Tattvamasi is a upadesha. It is a teaching of a guru to a student. How does the student receive this message? He receives it as I am the Chaitanyam, Aham Brahma Asmi, Aham Atma Asmi is what the student will tell the teacher. So, in the gross world, there is a reflecting media, which is the world of pancha bhutas. There is a gross universe, subtle universe, and a causal universe. In the body also, there is three sharirams. So, Upanishad wants me to see my original face. Suppose you want to see your original face. Can you ever see it directly? No. Original face is my face. Similarly, original consciousness is my own consciousness. In order to see my face, what do I bring? I bring a mirror. Mirror is an instrument to see my face. I see my reflection in the mirror. Then I can see my features. Similarly, you have to bring the Shastra, the scriptures of Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads as a mirror in front of you. And then try to ask the question, who am I? I am the consciousness, awareness. Through the scriptural study alone, I can know my real nature. Like a mirror will show you your original face. Similarly, the scriptures will make you see that portion of yourself which is called as reality. What about the body? It is there, it is real, but it is not absolutely real. Original consciousness is without a medium of the body or mind or the world. When you say body, mind, it is Twampada. When you say world, it means Tatpada. So, Tatpada Vachyartha, you drop. Twampada Vachyartha, you drop. The Vachyartha means direct meaning, which is a distortion. I'm trying to explain to you now what we are studying is Tattvamasi. You are that. You are that here means what? You are Chaitanya Rupaha. You are that consciousness, awareness principle. There is no contradiction if you take this sentence, Jivatma is equal to Paramatma, and use it to understand consciousness. Now, consciousness is reality. What about body, mind, and the world? According to Veda, body, mind, and the world is temporary, it is incidental, and it is apparent. Seeming. Apparent means what? Seeming. Seemingly it is there. See how Veda tries to describe to us whatever we are seeing as mithya. Mithya means it is apparently there. And what we don't see, it is telling us that is the truth. That is your essential nature. This contradiction, a person who comes to the study of Veda, initially he finds it difficult to accept. But as you study the Bhagavad Gita, you study Tattvabodha, you study Upanishads, you your intellect gets the ability to drop your incidental nature, which is the body, mind, and the sense organs, and the same intellect can then understand there is awareness consciousness principle, which is the central topic of Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and Brahma Sutra. So, what is the central topic? The essential nature of Jiva and Paramatma is Sat Chit Ananda. When I try to equate Jivatma and Paramatma, it is called as Aikya Jnanam. Knowledge of oneness. How do you get this knowledge? You get this knowledge of oneness by the study of Mahavakyam. You can take up study of Mahavakyam, any Mahavakyam. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma. There are several Mahavakyams in the Upanishads. So this is the fourth topic which we have studied, that is Aikya Jnanam. Very, very important topic. Every Upanishads has got this knowledge. If you are a newcomer to the study of Veda, at this point of time, this knowledge of Tattvamasi, or you are that consciousness principle, right now at this stage, this knowledge, just keep it as something which you will be studying in very big detail in the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. Shankaracharya is introducing to us in Tattvabodha all the aspects what we will study when we study Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now let's go to the next topic. The next topic is called as Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means a person who has realized this Atma Tattvam as his own nature. And he has learned to drop the body mind as mithya. Mithya means it is experienced. It is incidental. It will come and go in the waking state, it comes in the dream state, it goes away. This body is not seen in dream, it is not even seen in the sleep state. So body mind will come and go. That is what Mandukya Upanishad says, that waking state, dream state, sleep state are all incidental. They are not the reality. Okay, now let's understand what is meaning of Jivan Mukta.
एवं च वेदान्तवाक्यैः एवं च वेदान्तवाक्यैः सद्गुरु उपदेशेन च सर्वेष्वपि भूतेषु येषां ब्रह्म बुद्धिः उत्पन्नाते जीवन्मुक्ताः उत्पन्नाते जीवन्मुक्ताः इत्यर्थः इत्यर्थः.
So this verse number 35 explains to us what is the phalam, what is the benefit of study of Tattvabodha, Atmabodha, Bhagavad Gita, and the Upanishads. What is the benefit? See, our life, generally speaking, if you don't come to any of this scriptural study, we will be thinking throughout our life that we are the body. As body, you never have freedom. You're always bound. The I in this body, the I in this mind is always bound to the body and mind and the world. Through the body mind, you also experience the world. So throughout our life, what will be our understanding of ourselves, which is a misconception. According to Veda, it is a misconception. When I am identified with the body, I am in samsara. Samsara means I am in dukkham. Because body will only give us sukham incidentally, apparently here and now. Predominantly, body gives us dukkham, sorrow. Especially when you come to old age, after 40, 50 years, your bones start aching. At that time, you realize I'm not the body. There is something which is other than the body. Because body starts giving you trouble. So when you study I am consciousness, awareness in the body, a person who clearly identifies that he is the awareness. The best benefit you can get is you get freedom. It's a change of perspective. Intellectual study. This is an intellectual study. The entire spiritual study is an intellectual study. Because you are gathering knowledge, and knowledge is always related to the intellect. So when you study the scriptures, especially the Mahavakyam, the teacher tells you you are consciousness. Prajnanam Brahma. Prajna means consciousness. This consciousness which is there in the body, it is the same consciousness which is in the entire universe, which is called as Brahman. That consciousness is the Jagat Karanam. It is the cause of the whole universe. Similarly, when you say Aham Brahmasmi, this also Mahavakya. Aham, you say I means you are referring to the consciousness. And then again you say I am that pure consciousness, which is the Jagat Karanam, which is the cause of the whole universe. So through the teaching of a guru, you learn to know the right nature of yourself. It is a very detailed study. It is not a one mantra initiation for 2 minutes. A guru comes and gives you initiation of mantra. That is all at the initial stages is okay. But a guru will say, come and learn the scriptures of Bhagavad Gita, Atmabodha in a systematic manner so that your intellect can slowly grow and try to reach the climax in the Mahavakya. Like a baby. Initially, a baby is fed very simple food, limited food. different type of food than when it grows to be an adult. So similarly, a guru will teach you just whatever is required for you at the initial stage. At the advanced stage, when you come to Naishkarma Siddhi or Shruti Sara Samudranam or Vichara Sagara text, very advanced text, Guru will teach you at a higher level. So, jnanam is required, but the right jnanam at the right time is required. The central teaching remains the same. You are consciousness, you are awareness. All the time, you are always awareness, whether you have the knowledge or not, you are that. If I can own that knowledge that I am the pure consciousness, that gives me freedom from mortality, fear of mortality. See, one of the biggest problems for all of us is insecurity. What will happen to me when I am 60 or 80 years old? Who is going to look after me? These are all emotional problems. How do I get rid of these emotional problems? Not easy. I get a lot of students who come and ask me how to get rid of fear of death. I tell them it's only one way. Come and study Kathopanishad. Your fear will go away. Completely. Shankaracharya's Bhashyam, commentary on Kathopanishad, is amazing. One Upanishad you study, completely you know what is birth, what is death, what is Atma, what is Brahman. And there the teacher is Yamadharmaraja, who is the conqueror of death. Who else can teach you about death other than Yamadharmaraja? So this freedom of insecurity continuously is there. And this insecurity expresses in us in different forms. The main form in which it will express is desire. Throughout our life, there is raga and dvesha. I like something, I have to go after something. I have to do something. Karma. When I do karma, I get immersed, and if I don't get the object, I have anger. And when I have anger, I have delusion, complete delusion, moha. I don't even know myself when I'm angry. So what leads? Ignorance about Atma leads to ragadvesha, kama, krodha, moha, lobha, matsarya. These are all emotional problems which all of us face. Therefore, I cling to external objects, family, possession, profession, body, mind. I am always thinking about these five things. Pancha anatma. Body, mind, family, possessions, profession. My mind is continuously busy. Morning to evening. These five topics are anatma oriented. So mind is preoccupied. There is no time to even think about Atma. But what happens? Shankaracharya says there is some freedom available. When you come to Tattvabodha and understand from the Guru that you're not the body, you're not the mind, the external extroverted mind learns to understand what is Atma. So, what is the job of a guru? The job of a guru is to make the extroverted mind to become and see what is behind the mind. That entity which lies behind the mind is Atma or consciousness, awareness. Once a person understands this Atma clearly and holds on to this Atma as his real nature, he is called as Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means what? That individuality which is I, the father, brother, sister, mother, all that which he uses for Vyavahara, it becomes incidental. He develops a distance between the ego I and Sakshi I. What is Sakshi? Sakshi is the witness of the mind. Sakshi is always there. It is witnessing the mind when it is in the waking state. It is witnessing the mind in the dream state when only the mind is active. The sense organs are inactive. All the other indriyams are inactive. Jnana indriyas are inactive. Karma indriyas are inactive in dream. Only the mind, antakarnam, is working. So Sakshi is the witness consciousness is seeing, it is aware. What happens to sleep state? In the sleep state, even the mind goes into a passive state. The Sakshi is still there, witnessing the absence of objects. In the dream state, it had dream objects. In the waking state, it had waking objects. So, the waker, dreamer, sleeper I is called as the ego I, ahamkara I. The Sakshi I is called as Atma I. For a person who knows the Vedanta, it's very easy for him. He can easily shift his attention from the individual I, which is the Ahamkara I, he can shift it to Sakshi. Holding on to Sakshi I is called as a Jivan Mukta. Now, Shankaracharya explains this Jivan Mukta status in a detailed fashion in the next verse.
Nanu jivan muktah kaha, nanu jivan muktah kaha, yatha dehoham, yatha dehoham, purushoham, purushoham, brahmanoham, brahmanoham, shudrohamasmiti, shudrohamasmiti, दृढनिश्चयः, दृढनिश्चयः, तथा नाहं ब्राह्मणः, तथा नाहं ब्राह्मणः, न शूद्रः, न शूद्रः, न पुरुषः, न पुरुषः, किन्तु असङ्गः, किन्तु असङ्गः, सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः, सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः, प्रकाशरूपः, प्रकाशरूपः, सर्वान्तर्यामी, सर्वान्तर्यामी, चिदाकाशरूपोऽस्मीति चिदाकाशरूपोऽस्मीति दृढनिश्चयरूपः दृढनिश्चयरूपः अपरोक्षज्ञानवान् अपरोक्षज्ञानवान् जीवन्मुक्तः जीवन्मुक्तः.
So here the description of a person who is free from identification with the body as I and mind as I. So I am the body means I am the man. I am a woman. I am a Brahmin. I am a Shudra. I am a Kshatriya. So all this reference to the body. What do you learn when you come to the Bhagavad Gita? When you come to learn the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it clearly says, I am not the body. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. I as consciousness am never born. The 20th verse of second chapter, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, you are not the body. You are the consciousness, awareness. You are the existence principle, always effulgent, like the sun, Surya. You are formless. You have no form. Body has got form. Your mind has got thoughts which have got form. So when a student gets this knowledge, initially it is called as paroksha jnanam. I will explain to you what are the terms paroksha, aporoksha. I will explain to you. So the main characteristic of a jnani is he has the knowledge of Atma. Not a distant Atma which is there, which he will realize after death. No, no, no. It is right now while you are listening. I am Atma, I am the consciousness, and this consciousness is always there. That Atma is eternal. There are three types of knowledge. One is a knowledge of an object which is far away. For example, London or America. You are in India, I am in Singapore. So we say America, London, and all is very far away. Japan, all very far away. That is paroksha jnanam, remote object, indirect knowledge, not available for my experience right now. When I go there, I can experience. So something which is not direct knowledge, it is indirect knowledge, it is called as paroksha jnanam. There is another type of knowledge which is called as pratyaksha jnanam. My eyes can see that. Direct experience. There it is called as, this is knowledge of an object right before me. So pratyaksha means you can use this, not only pratyaksha means seeing. Actually, it includes all the sense organs. Suppose I hear a sound of music, a bell ringing, an arati in my house. So that is also pratyaksha jnana. The third type of knowledge is called as aparoksha jnanam. It is Atma is not paroksham. Paroksham means a distant object. It is not pratyaksham. It is not known by my sense organs. And this aparoksha jnanam means it can be claimed as I myself. knowledge of the self or the subject is called as aparoksha jnanam. And what is this jnanam of Atma? Is a very important topic. Asangaha Satchidananda Rupaha. This is the description of Atma. I am of the nature of limitless existence consciousness. We have studied what is Atma in our earlier classes. What is the definition? If you can remember, Atma is beyond the three states of consciousness of the mind. It is beyond the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal. It is beyond the sheaths of personality, pancha koshas. So that Atma is described as Satchidananda Rupaha. That Atma is asangaha, very important word in Sanskrit, in Vedanta. Asangaha means it is not connected with the body, but at the same time it is pervading the body. Atma is there in the body, but at the same time it is also not there. Because Atma is independently existing, body is dependently existing on Atma. Whenever you experience body, you are experiencing Atma also. So whenever the fan is rotating, what happens? Electricity is there. Whenever you see your body in the waking state, remember consciousness is blessing the body. How is it possible that it is asanga in nature? Asanga means it is not connected. Shastra, the Veda itself gives two examples. One is Akasha, another is Surya Prakasha. Akasha means space. Now, space is connected to the world or not? Without space, can you have the world? Impossible. The whole world exists in space. So, similarly, the whole world, including space, exists in consciousness, awareness. Another example, Surya Prakasha, not the solar disk. Solar disk is limited, it is there far away somewhere. But what about the Prakasha, the sunlight? The sunlight pervades the entire earth. The same sun is illuminating if you are in America, if you are in India, if you are in Singapore, if you are in Japan, if you are in China, if you are in any part of the world. One sun is there, millions of miles away. But the sunlight pervades everywhere. I am seeing you, you are seeing me, you are, suppose you see somebody outside your room, it is because of the light which is pervading the whole universe. If your intellect can absorb space as an example, Surya Prakasha as an example, you can understand the formless consciousness which is Nirakaraha. Nirakara means what? Consciousness is also formless like space, formless like the light. What are the common features? Nirvikalpaha is a common feature. Space cannot be divided. You cannot cut space with a knife. Similarly, light cannot be divided. Atma cannot be divided. It is akhandaha. Akhandaha means it is divisionless. Now, Akasha and sunlight and Atma cannot be polluted. The air can be polluted, but not the space. Space is blemishless. Atma is blemishless. That means in Atma there is no punya papam also. Karana Shariram doesn't affect the Atma. That is why we say I am always pure. Another common feature. There is no boundary for Atma or space or light. It is boundaryless. Prakasha is boundaryless. Atma is limitless. It's called as Nissimmaha. So Atma is associated with every object. At the same time, it can remain independent without the objects. That is why all of us in the sleep state, we can own up that Atma and say, I am that Atma in the sleep state. When I drop my true understanding that the sleep state belongs to the mind, but the sleep state is not the Atma, it is Paramatma. I am the Atma which reveals the sleep state, which reveals the dream state, which reveals the waking state. Naham Brahmanaha. I am not a Brahmana. I am not a Kshatriya. These are all class and caste, which are there in the world. They all refer to the body. It is not referring to the consciousness. So, my knowledge of Atma should be Dridam. Dridam means what? Firm. Conviction that I am the pure consciousness is Drida Nishchaya. Nishchaya means what? Firm conviction that I am the pure awareness consciousness. If you have this conviction, what happens to you? That is what is called as moksha or freedom. Suppose you say, no, I'm a little bit doubtful, how can I be, my knowledge, just now only I heard Tattvabodha for 5, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and suddenly you're asking me to believe that that is my nature. How is it possible? Then Guru will say, study further till you get the conviction that you are the Atma. Continue the study and you will get the benefit. What are the fivefold benefits which I said right in the beginning of the talk of introduction talk itself? I gave this fivefold benefit. There were a lot of discussions on this in the Q&A in the first talk itself. Now, I will spend a little bit of time and next week we will see if we can continue this. This topic is okay, let me see if I can finish it today. Then we can do the next topic next. I'll try to finish this. The first benefit of moksha is jijnasa nivritti. All the questions about myself. Who am I? Where did I come from? Was I there before the birth of the body? Was I there? After the death of the body, will I be there or not? All this jijnasa, all this mystery belongs to the intellect, and this curiosity will go away when I own up Atma as my real nature. So, first benefit is jijnasa nivritti. The second benefit is called as vidya ananda prapti. All my emotions, they suck away the ananda of Atma. Therefore, I am always disturbed. But what happens when I know I am Atma but not the mind? Mind has got emotional problems. In spite of the emotional problems, Veda wants you to say, I am free. Atma Jnanam gives me the freedom in spite of the body pain and the mind's emotional problems. Karpanya Nivritti, the feeling of limitations. I always depend on external sources for my joy. I don't have any UPs. So if I have this Atma Jnanam, I will have the benefit of joy throughout my life. That is the third benefit. Agata Nivritti. Agata Nivritti means it gives me a emotional shock absorber, insulator, kavacham, like a raincoat. If it rains, I have a raincoat. Similarly, if I've got emotional problems, I have got a raincoat called as Atma Jnanam, which helps me to go through the life's emotional problems. That is the fourth benefit. Dakshata praptihi. Dakshata praptihi means I learn to live in a very, very efficient way because I don't have any other, uh, emotional problems and disturbance. I will do my duty. That's all. The body is born for doing karma. It is karma phalam. So I have calmness and peacefulness throughout my life. That is called as dakshata prapti. Dakshata means efficiency. Now, what is moksha then? Moksha is I look at all these problems is not belonging to me. All the fivefold benefit put together is called as moksha. Not after I die. That is called as videha mukti. So while living itself, I learn to identify with Atma as my real nature. So what happens to a jnani at death then? At death, the Jivan Mukta becomes free from all the karmas, Sanchita karma, Agami karma, which we will discuss next week. All the different emotional problems which come to me, they are all from the Karana Sharira, Punya Papa. So a jnani who claims this Jivan Mukta status, he becomes free from death, free while living itself. He says, I'm not the body. If you're not the body while living itself, you say, I don't have a Janma itself. I am always the pure Atma. Next week, we will do the 36.2, and that is Sarva Karma Nashaha. This leads to something called as law of karma, which will be the last topic we'll be discussing next week. So 36.2, we will study this Sarva Karma Nashaha next week. Yeah. And hopefully next week there are about 50 slides which are there. I'll try to finish it next week, and if not, the following week. But I think I may be able to complete it. So we'll stop the session here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Tihi. Okay. There's one question in the chat box. We'll try to answer that first, and then we'll continue. If anybody has a question, you can raise your hand so that I know to call you uh, at the end of the chat box discussion. Okay. So the question Sneha is asking today is, where can we find the chanting video audios for this talk? So the chanting videos of these mantras are available. I think Sneha, you are coming first time to the class. So if you write to us, we will send you the details of the chanting of Tattvabodha text. So we will send it to you. It is there in the website. It will also be sent to you. I don't know whether you have written before, and we see normally when somebody writes to us, we will send the notes and things like that, notes and chanting and all that. So please write to us. You have sent a mail today to me, to the Vedanta students. You just write again, remind us tomorrow or basically on Monday, we will send you this entire chanting of this Tattvabodha text. Okay. Uh, is there anybody else has any other question? Any other questions from what we learned today or in general about spirituality, you can ask. If you want to say something about, if you're first time listening to these talks on Tattvabodha, it'll be good to listen from you because some feedback would be good if about now next week, we'll probably come to the end of Tattvabodha class, either next week or the following week. And I want to know from this group, are you interested to do Atma Bodha, which is the next preliminary text? So you can put in the chat box either yes or no, then at least I know how many people are interested, because Tattvabodha is preliminary text. After this, in a focused way, we try to understand this Atma. So there are many verses written by Shankaracharya on Atma itself. Very simple verses. See, for people who have done Tattvabodha, generally they will attend the next session, which is Atma Bodha. Very simple, not very difficult to understand. After Atma Bodha, we can go to study Bhagavad Gita. That is the next text after Atma Bodha. So let's not get confused about. So I think there are some people who have said yes, they want to study Atma Bodha. Anyway, what I will do is, I will be forming a new group. There are some people who will be leaving this group. So I will send when we have finished Tattvabodha, I will send a WhatsApp message. You can just click and join the group for Atma Bodha. So that is about Atma Bodha. I get a lot of, I'm going to make this announcement today and as well as tomorrow. I get a lot of seekers who come and approach me, and they say they want to have a mentor. A mentor means somebody who can guide them in this process. There are many people who are just started in the group, so I'm not talking over those. If you feel that you have studied the Veda and you want to guide somebody, you can write and send us a WhatsApp message Shanmugam will put the WhatsApp message number now in the chat box. If you feel that you can guide others slowly, I mean, not newcomers, I'm talking about people who have learned. You can send us a WhatsApp message and say, I would like to help in guiding others. Shanmugam, can you put the WhatsApp message of the WhatsApp number and also the email address? If somebody is interested to become a guide in the study of scriptures and also help others, it will not be. A lot of people, they come to the website and then they write to us and then they say, I want a guide. I want a somebody to help me. It will not be too much time, but just maybe half an hour or 10-15 minutes. You can speak to the person. We will send you the details of the person. If you are interested, you just send us a email or a WhatsApp. I will then start giving you those numbers of people, and you can help them. You can speak at the see. It will just be it is a rapport between you and that person, and how it develops, we don't know. See, we get a lot of members, so so similarly, like many people have got benefited from this talks. So if you feel that you have got benefited, you can guide others, you can write. Okay. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. So the Gmail address is given here and the WhatsApp number. This is an Indian WhatsApp number. So 91 is the country code. Okay. Sugandhi is asking, Ramana said to abide in I am anness. What does that mean to abide in the ego, consciousness, and I? Okay. See, Ramana Maharshi is a great teacher. I mean, amazing. And through his books and through his talks, which you can find, several books he has written. Now, his fundamental theory is, who am I? And he says, you ask this question, ultimately you will arrive at, I am this Chaitanyam, I am this pure consciousness. That is what he says through meditation, through self-inquiry. He says, you will be able to arrive at this amness. Amness is Sat. Sat means pure existence, which we will see when you attend this Tattvabodha class, Tattvabodha, and Bhagavad Gita. You're going to study this. You're going to study this amness, and you're going to study this consciousness. What is this awareness, which is the ultimate essence of this whole universe and including me? So Ramana Maharishi's essence is amness. Amness means, and consciousness means chit. So suppose you sit in meditation and say, I am this consciousness, I am this awareness, I am this existence principle. You have to develop a thought. It is not thoughtless meditation. What you have to do is, you have to sit quietly and then say, I am Chaitanya Rupa Atma. I am Sat Rupa Atma. When you say this, it will lead you to a lot of mental quietude. This is a practice. So, as you grow in spirituality, This knowledge of amness, this knowledge of consciousness will grow in you. I'm telling you this because this most of you are beginners here. First time in your life you are understanding something there is called as sat and chit and all that, but initially everybody goes through this stage. As you study, you will be able to appreciate this amness in yourself. Appreciate this conscious in yourself. Okay? Sneha, do you have? I mean, I'm just explaining to you a little bit, but as you study, you'll know more. Do you want to react to what I said? Have you understood?
Can, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, then that was regarding Ramana Maharishi. You, is there a vetting process for this? Because a lot of envy can be spread. I think there's no, I don't know what you mean by this question, vetting process for these. Can you explain, Sneha, what do you mean by this? With respect to the mentors. Oh, with respect to mentors. No, you see, vetting process means it's better that you learn first, and then if you feel confident that I can help others, which you will get after some time. You see, if you're new, you may not have this confidence, but slowly you will get the confidence, then you can help. So at the moment, when you write to us, I will probably talk to you first and then understand from you whether, I will probably have, that is what is called as a vetting process. I will probably talk to you and ask you a few questions. And then if I feel okay to make you a mentor, I will make you. So that is the process. I will talk to you.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything else in this regard, Sneha?
So Guruji, I was actually asking from the perspective of a student who's looking for a mentor, because there's been several situations where you have a mentor who isn't qualified, and that spreads misinformation. They tell you a lot of wrong things about the Vedas, and it's not exactly what you want when when you're starting out. So I was asking about the vetting process of these people who would be the mentors.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Yes. See, mentor would be only persons who have studied the Bhagavad Gita, who have studied all these texts. It will not be a fresh person who will come in the Tattvabodha class for the first time. No, they will not be the mentors. There are several people in this group who have been attending these sessions for the last 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, and so on. Those people who are interested, tomorrow in the Mandukya class, also I'll be announcing this. So I will have a vetting process before they are made as mentors. And definitely those people will be able to be a proper guide. So first I want to see who is interested, who wants to come and become a mentor, who can uh, who can uh, who can help others. But of course there will be, I know a lot of people already in the group who can be mentors for others, but I want to see whether they are ready to take up this assignment. Okay, then there's Guhan is just saying he wants to give a feedback. Yeah, Guhan, please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to give the feedback that I am very fortunate to get the admission in this class. I would like to continue for Atma Bodha and Bhagavad Gita. And thank you very much. We now, every Saturday, we look forward to this class. And all these years have been wasted. That is what I feel. I feel like it's a little late at 63 to join for this class.
No, it's never late. Never late. Because this knowledge you will continue in your next birth. It is said by Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says this. So you are never late. At any time, a person can come and get this knowledge, and this knowledge will grow because the mind continues in the next birth. It never stops here. Body drops here, but the mind continues. That is the topic in our next session. Law of karma. Very important topic for everybody. Who decides who decides my parents? Who decides my siblings? My sister, my brother? How come they are my brother and my sister? Who decides? My daughter and my son? How did they come in connection with me? All those questions. How did I get this guru? How did I get my guru? How do I uh, how do I come into learning the scriptures suddenly? 30 years, 20 years, 50 years, 60 years, I never thought about this. Suddenly I get it. How? It is all law of karma. It is all there is. This, you see, in Kathopanishad, Shankaracharya writes a beautiful commentary in the second chapter, second section, the 13th verse. Shankaracharya's commentary in Kathopanishad. He says, nothing in this world is an accident. Nothing. Everything is predetermined. Everything, our whole life is as per the law of karma. All whatever I do in my life is karma and karma and karma and karma. You see, from birth till today, what have you done? You have got some knowledge and you have done some actions. Now, actions cannot stop with an action. Action always has a reaction. Action always gives us a result, a phalam. That phalam keeps on growing as you age. For example, tomorrow morning, what will you think first when you get up? Do you know? You don't know. Whatever your mind starts giving thoughts, that is what your life will be made for tomorrow. And who decides that? There is a law of karma and a law of karma phalam, which decides what you will do during a day and how will the day go off. All these details we will study. That's what in Kathopanishad Shankaracharya says, karma, karma. Karma is our breath. We definitely want to come out of this karma phalam, and the only way you can come about is by having this knowledge of Atma. Very beautiful commentary in that particular verse. I just wanted to tell you that. So, Guhan, very good. Thank you very much for your feedback, and it will help. Definitely, it helps me to understand that there are people who have benefited from this study. And of course, next week also, I will be asking your feedback. In case you want to give a feedback, you can write down the feedback and then express it in the class next week. So we'll spend some time. Thank you very much for your feedback. Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Abhay, yes, I'm interested in Atmabodha. Okay. All of you have to join the WhatsApp group. So whenever we start, I will give you the date and then you just join the group, like how you joined the Tattvabodha group. Because there will be, I don't want to automatically send notes and classes and invitations to all the people of this group. Every time when I finish a text, I will just have another simple group, another group started. A new WhatsApp group will be there. Where we will be giving the notes, the other details for the Atmabodha. So similarly, after I finish Atmabodha, we'll have another group. So people who want to leave, they can leave, and then others who want to join, you can join. Gayatri, yes. Earlier I used to listen to on YouTube. Please take up Atmabodha. Okay, good. So I will continue with Atmabodha. Uh, okay, Vedic perspective, of course, you will get as you learn more and more. Graham is saying, uh, yes, Graham, the order of study. I'll just spend say 5 minutes on the order of study. See, generally, when you come to study the Veda, see, Veda is the only source of knowledge for the spiritual aspect of a person. I mean, everybody is a mixture of body and the spirit. The spirit, we call it as Atma. Now, anybody in the world, this is the view of the Veda. What the Veda says is, science can study the matter principle. Science cannot study the subject I. All other philosophers can study. I mean, we will be doing other philosophers in our study in other Upanishads and so on. What Veda says is, you want to know who am I? Come to Veda. Because Veda has got a methodology of revealing yourself as the pure consciousness. Okay. How do I, suppose I'm new, what do I study? In my website, I have given some texts which are there for preliminary study, and then there are texts which is for advanced study. Normally speaking, when anybody comes to study the Veda is generally divided into three portions for study of the spiritual science. One is called as Bhagavad Gita, second is called as Upanishad, and the third is called as Brahma Sutra. There are three different texts. Before entering into the Bhagavad Gita, you are supposed to study texts. Tattvabodha, which we will finish most probably next week. After the study of Tattvabodha, generally speaking, you study Atmabodha. After Atmabodha, you study Bhagavad Gita. They are all graded. Like you do graduation, you do school, you do graduation, then you do post-graduation, and then you do the PhD program. The PhD program is Brahma Sutra. By that time, you would have got all the full knowledge of Atma. When you come to Brahma Sutra, it is a PhD. It is, if I take a class on Brahma Sutra tomorrow, it will completely go above your head. So, the structure is Tattvabodha, Atmabodha. You can do some other text if you have free time, but this is the general study which we recommend. So, after Atmabodha, Atmabodha is a very focused study of this Atma for a beginner, not for a very advanced student. Advanced student, he will understand Atma very, very differently in a very a detailed fashion. So, Graham, have I answered your question? Okay, good. Any other questions? If there are no questions, then I will stop here.
There is one question in the chat box by Rajiv, sir. In the top,
the top,
beginning.
1 second. Yeah, I may have missed it. Yeah, Rajiv, he's asking, when once I am realized, would I be a part of Shrishti, Shruti, and Laya? Okay. See, you will be a part of this creation. You will never be able to go out of creation. I'll explain why. Atma and anatma are two sides of the same coin. Whenever you see the world, at any time, you are Atma. Whether you see, when you say whether you are realized or not realized, Srishti means what? Srishti means creation. That means a waking state will come and it will show this waking state. But the reason why you're asking this question is you are thinking in your mind still that it is I am the deha, I am the body. Whenever your identification is with the body, you will always say creation. Suppose you say consciousness, then this question itself will not occur. I'll go a little bit further. See, consciousness is the pure Atma in which the creation comes, and then the creation goes into unmanifest condition also. I'll explain a little bit more. You are the light which illumines this creation. You are the spiritual light which illumines the creation through the mind and the sense organs. Always. Whenever there is a creation, somebody is experiencing the creation, it is always with the help of consciousness. You are not a part of creation, you are the substratum, adhishtanam of creation. You are not a part of the body, you are not a property of the body, you are not a part of creation, you are not a property in creation, you are an independent principle. Creation will come. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, waking, dream, sleep will come. Only for those people who identified with the body. Waking, dream, sleep is with reference to the body only, isn't it? The body and mind. In conscious, suppose you are, for example, suppose you are, very simple, suppose you are having ring, bangle and chain. If you are looking at the same ring, bangle and chain, so you're always thinking of when can I wear the ring, when can I wear the chain, and so on. So your awareness is in the nama and rupa, the form and the name. As a goldsmith, when you look at those three things, you are not looking at the name and form, a chain or a bangle or a ring, your weight of the ring and the weight of the bangle. No. Your vision is what? Gold vision. So similarly, when your vision is, I am the consciousness or the existence principle, Sat principle, which is the substratum on which this whole creation is existing, then your vision will change. You will not say, I am a part of creation. You will not say, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a very beautiful verse which says, Nachamastani bhutani, chapter 9, 4th and 5th verse. It will say, I am in the world. When you see the world, but I am not in the world when there is no world. I can exist without the world. A very deep question you have asked, and I have given a little bit of reply, but I hope you have understood to some extent. Rajiv, you want to comment on what you have heard?
Shekari, thank you for taking me towards this journey. So someone else was giving testimony too, right? So I would like to say a couple of things up here. Um, I- I'm I'm grateful for Ganeshji, who is on this call as well. So he's the one who asked me to join these classes. Really, every single day, I would contemplate on this and read, listen to other topics as well. Um, yeah, thanks for doing this seva for all of us, Shekharji. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajiv. Good. You see, these are all people who get suddenly connected. I don't know how, but it comes. So this is what is called as law of karma. It comes. It comes from nowhere. I don't know. So many people have joined. I never knew so many people will come, but this is law of karma. Okay, good. I'm glad there are so many different new faces who are coming to study this text, and slowly, I'm sure all of you will get benefited. There are plenty of people who come and visit the website daily, and I get a lot of mails from them, and it's very strange that there is still so much of excitement in this study of Brahma Atma Vidya. Okay, namaste. I will continue next week, and we will see how to study further.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you.